Action.
Hello, hello. So we will show you the ovens. First, a traditional oven that we use, and then sample of the small oven out here that we have built. The design is not looking as it should, but the functionality is almost good. The only thing that is missing with the oven outside is the correct floor. We will discuss it, and this movie will be quite long, I think, but we will try our best. So this is a Neapolitan oven that we have bought from one of 4 or 5 families in Naples that builds the traditional ones. So it's actually supposed to be a stationary oven, but we got this family to build us a mobile one. Today you can also buy other types of ovens that are mobile, and they are not as traditional as this one. So should we start, Besmir, to explain the shape?
Yes. This is a really traditional shape for Neapolitan pizza oven. The most traditional of all.
It's you can see the sides are not vertical as the pizza oven that we have designed. It's it will be sort of our design, and there will be some features in our oven that will it will look like a Neapolitan oven, but more our style. Okay, so this is the traditional style. It's maybe it goes from maybe 20 degrees from vertical, and then it turns up, and just like this one. And if you look inside the oven, it's important to say for you in China that maybe don't know this, that the chimney is not the inside of the oven, it's outside, and the smoke comes from inside the oven. It goes up, and if you film from below, it goes up here, it goes over the dome, and out on the chimney in the back. Okay,
so
that's
like a squirrel. So it rolls
tail.
over the oven into the chimney. So the chimney is not inside, it's outside.
The reason for this is that the Neapolitans thought that the oven will heat up the chimney, and a heated chimney produce more draft, or how do you call it, than a cold chimney. And they also believe that this will function a little bit like insulation. If you have the hot gases, you will not release so much heat from inside the dome to the outside, because this is a traditional oven and there is no insulation at all in this oven. It's built, if you see from the inside, it's special fire bricks that are made in Naples, and especially the floor is a very, very special material called biscotti di Sorrento. It's translated to cake, from cookie from the area of Sorrento where it's made. So it's been there for 300-400 years since they started to make the pizza, and it's needed because the thermal how do you say, the thermal properties of this oven, it's not so high as in other pizza floors that you can find on the market, Cordelite floors, etc., that you probably have in a pizza oven that is made in China today. So one of the biggest jobs we have had to do with this oven project is to copy this floor from Naples, and to make it more durable, so we can sell it without getting all this how do you say, so it's not cracking. So if you see, you can see on this floor,
you see here, it is so easy to crack this stone. This stone is 6 centimeters thick but it still cracks. So it's you have to be very careful with this stone. That's why we want to find new stone that is more strong, more powerful, but the same properties as this one.
So that's been more or less the big job for us. And the floor, just like this, will be made of 4 cakes. It's also coming back to the cookie situation with the biscotti.
4 slices. So it's on a cake, it's 4 slices. So four pieces.
And the dome itself, it's made out of refractory stones made in Italy with special properties. And outside of that dome, the whole mass of the oven is built up by a volcanic stone called tufa stone. It's more porous than massive stone, so it has some small insulation capabilities, but not so much as today's really good insulation that you can find. So that's why this oven, even though the walls are 30 centimeters thick, it's really hot on the outside.
Yes.
So, but for some reason it works extremely well. And under the floor, you have a mass on this oven for 30 centimeters, like this one. The total weight of this oven is maybe 4 tons. And this oven cooks the pizza. A lot of the cooking process comes from retained heat in the mass. So when you put the pizza inside, the stones on the inside releases heat to the pizza. Okay, so this oven cooks the pizza by let's say four different categories. It's from the bottom. It cooks the bottom of the pizza. It's from the fire with the radiate heat from the fire. And you also have the oven heat. So if the oven is 500 degrees, it will cook the pizza. But the fourth thing that cooks the pizza in this oven is radiation from the refractory bricks on the sides. Okay, this fourth part you will not have in the oven that is really light and that is made of steel, insulation and steel. And this fourth part you will take away. So you will only cook by three factors in our oven. And from the bottom, you will cook the bottom of the pizza, radiation from the fire, and the heat, like the heat from the oven itself, like the hot air, so to speak. Moving air is cooking the pizza. So in the small oven, it becomes more important to take care of these 3 parts. So you will cook more by the oven heat itself, moving hot air. That's why you want to have a small opening compared to the volume of the oven itself. Otherwise, of course, this moving hot air that cooks the pizza will go out of the oven. And it's more important in this oven than this oven, because this oven also have the fourth one, radiation from the stones itself, that you are missing in that one. Okay, sorry for repeating, this is the first take and we will not make a new movie. It will be quite long. So that's a little bit about the oven.
We must also explain, this oven makes around 100 to 120 pizzas in 1 hour. We cook 3 pizzas inside this oven when we have maximum pressure inside the oven. So we have 3 pizzas inside and they all cook.
One here,
yes,
one here, and one here. That's the magic number for this type of pizza. When you cook the pizza in only 1 minute in high heat, you're not able to put more than 3 pizzas, because you have to turn the first pizza, otherwise it gets burned. So the maximum you can put in is 3 pizzas. It took us 4 years to 5 years maybe to come to the point where we can handle 3 pizzas and make all of them in similar quality. So in the furthest inside the oven, it's more the heat is more even than this spot here, as you can understand. In our small oven we will only have this spot, so that's why it's also important to keep try to make an oven that keeps it more even in the heat. And this oven is made to never stop. So the floor, even though you put pizzas on the same place all the time, it will always produce a perfect bottom of the pizza. In our oven out here, the goal is to make as many pizzas as possible without losing the heat from below. Okay? In other pizza ovens on the market, you can maybe make 2-3 pizzas, and then you have to wait for a long time for the floor to heat up again. This is something we have worked a lot with, to make a small oven that can make maybe 20 pizzas before you have to take a break and let the floor reheat again. So this is not something you can neglect. And also the floor, when you cook the pizzas in 500 degrees Celsius, it's very difficult to have a floor that you can put a pizza inside, the first pizza you put inside, and make a good result, and also a good result for the 20th pizza you put inside. That's very difficult. The normal situation is the first pizza get burned, second pizza get burned, third pizza is getting better. By the fourth pizza, if it's 500 degrees on the floor, maybe you will have a good result. And then it goes down, and you will have more pale bottoms. The goal should be a bottom that is brown spots, but never black. If it's black, it's burned. Burnt taste bitter. So this is not something you want. And the job we have put in to make all of these components to come together in as good as it gets in a small oven, it's been the biggest challenge. Okay, we can see. Yeah.
We have also to tell that this Neapolitan oven, there are many different types of Neapolitan oven, but this one is, of mine and Ville's opinion, is the best one. And all the best pizzerias in Napoli has this oven from this maker, this manufacturer. This maker is the best oven.
This is like the creme de la creme.
This is the Rolls Royce or the Mercedes Benz, what you can call it.
A Rolex.
The Rolex.
Yeah. Okay, I will just show you the temperature inside the oven with a IR. So usually around 500. That's it. Hits usually the mark. You may wonder why we have a insulation brick on the floor here. It's because our oven is it's powerful on the bottom, so we have to keep the heat down a little bit before the first pizza. That's why we are insulating for the first pizza, so it doesn't burn on the bottom, like we talked about before. And but this you cannot have in our oven. That is oven for home use. The oven for home use, you should just be able to work directly, because people cannot work too much with these plates, and it should be very easy to cook. Okay, we can go out and show our. Okay, we can check. So, what should we say first?
Yeah, we should explain this oven is a prototype. It's very ugly, it is not beautiful, but the function is very good. It works. We can make a very good pizza inside this, and we're gonna explain a little bit why it is so good.
We can start by saying that if the oven opening is this way, you want to put the pizza to the right, because then the pizza is not exposed to the oven opening in the same way as if you put the pizza right here. You will try to put pizza a little bit here. Okay, so when you put the pizza inside with the pizza peel. I will get one. Wait. Okay. So when you put the pizza inside, if you would have put it straight in like this, okay, it would be very easy to pull the pizza peel out, but you want to put it to the right. Therefore, the opening, it's turned a little bit, so you can follow these marks when you put the pizza inside, and it's very, very important, because if the opening would go in an angle straight into the oven, and you have to put the pizza to the right, you will pull, and the pizza peel will get stuck on the sides, because you want to keep the oven opening as small as you possibly can without reducing visibility, sight, and so forth. Okay, so this oven you can follow, if you follow this line to this line, you know you will end up in the right spot, and you will pull out, and you will not have the problem with getting stuck on the sides, and still you have it small. Okay, and we can see this.
You see how this corner is cut in the straight line for getting close to the wall and far away from the fire.
Yeah.
It's very important.
You want to stay as close as to this wall as possible, to also be a long way from the fire. That's always to the left. In this way, you will not have to turn the pizza too many times before it's cooked. If it's really close to the fire, or too close, you will have to turn the pizza too much, and it's very difficult for an amateur. Me and Besmir, we can cook a pizza in anything because we're professionals. We do this all day, 1,000 pizza every day. So you can give me whatever you want, some fire and some hole and something to put the pizza inside, and we will cook the pizza just fine. But for an amateur to be happy with the pizza and to have fun with the pizza baking, must be easy. The oven should not make the process more difficult than our big oven. Our goal has been to make a small oven as good as the big oven and as easy to bake in as the big oven. So this might look very not so important with these angles, but it's very important. And also, if you look at the opening here, this one is too low. But the opening is facing like this down.
It has an angle that
Down.
is going down.
Yeah.
And it's this angle is also very important, because when we're working here, we won't have to see very good inside what we are working on. If this angle is low, we cannot see the pizza so good inside.
So the oven opening, because the door is insulated, so the oven opening is lower inside the oven than on the outside. But it has the correct angle for the final oven. It will have an angle that goes from there up to here. So if you call up so my eyes will go from here in a straight line to the back of the oven, and you should be able to see the back of the oven if you look at this angle. Okay, so this one will get a higher like this, approximately. And you will be able to see the whole pizza, so it's easy to see when you have to turn the pizza and when you have to make your moves. And also, since it's the opening is as little as possible on the inside to keep the heat inside. That's the most important thing, because this is a small oven, so the difference between the heat back in the oven and in the front will be much higher than in the big oven. Also, due to that, you don't have the mass effect from the stones with radiative heat from the stones. And what more to say? This oven is it's built up of the steel, insulation and steel, some kind of thermal insulation. And the chimney will go, this we made because it was easier. The chimney will be like the big oven. It will go up like a squirrel tail, up and up here. Two factors why we chose to do it, even though it's not a traditional oven. It's because you get more far from the smoke, and also to make it look more like a traditional oven. That's more or less it, you know. Because we are inside on the top, there will be a lot of insulation, so this one you don't really need to think about insulation from the chimney. It's just for these two factors. Okay, and this floor here, it's from another factory in China that we have to give up because they couldn't make the floor, so we have changed the company. But these ones are Core Delete floors, and it has a thermal property of 0.4 watt per Kelvin meter, the thermal conductivity values, and it's too high. Should be as low as 0.25 around. Okay, and the floor that we are buying has to be more durable than the Biscotti di Sorrento that we have in our oven. Otherwise people will get angry when they get the stones and it cracks and they send it back. So this is a problem we will get out from, and we put so much work into this. And under here we have no extra mass. It's a 5 centimeter stone and then insulation. This oven will be built more upon insulation, so you can keep the oven heat inside than the big oven inside. So that's the main difference, I believe. And we will cook a pizza in it now to show you in another movie. Should we just keep the same movie?
No, we do another movie. This movie is 22 minutes long.
Ah,
yes.
20. Great. As you can tell, guys, we can keep talking about these ovens for easily 5 hours.
Yeah.
There's so much more to tell about the small details, why it's 77 centimeters. We should also show the small oven dog inside.
Yeah, you see where the wood is lying on top of this steel dog. So this is to create some air under the logs to give it more fire. Because if you don't have this in the logs lay on the floor, it will not give this nice rolling fire over the roof of the oven on top of the dome. It is very important.
You can see that the fire in this case, we have designed it. You have to try maybe 10 15 different variations, but you can see that the fire is rolling right over the pizza. And you will see when we cook the pizza, and it will be the case.
It's important.
Very important. So all things that are in this oven is thought through, like for years, so we can vouch for it 100%. But we will go inside first, cook a pizza in the big oven, and then in this oven, and we compare.
This is Lilla Napoli in Falkenberg, Sweden. Very cold December.
We, as you can see from here, we are not focusing on looks. We're only focusing on the pizza and on the quality of what we make. The rest we don't care about, as you can tell. So making the oven look beautiful and nice, it will not be our job. You guys are better with this. We're just happy if it makes good pizza. We're happy. Nothing else matters. Let's go inside.
Yes, also Merry Christmas, China. Santa Claus is coming.